The Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers have major implications for the Steelers, as this is right before the trade deadline, and the Steelers are wondering which moves they need to make in order to be successful this season. And this game will show a lot. But also, it has major implications for Aaron Rodgers in many different ways. But first, before I get more into this, however, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right into it. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, per reports, have been looking to trade for a wide receiver, or at least gauging the market, whether that's Jaylen Waddle, Jakobi Meyers, or even Calvin Ridley. There's other players out there that Pittsburgh Steelers are looking to maybe add at the wide receiver spot. And this game will show a lot for the Steelers in that way before the trade deadline, but also I'm going to start off with the implications it has for Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers is returning to face his old team, the Green Bay Packers, this week on Sunday Night Football at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And the reason why this has implications for him, well, it's because he's beaten every single team that he's faced in his NFL career. He's 31 wins against 31 teams. But because he was on the Green Bay Packers for so long, he's just never faced them. He's never won a game against the Green Bay Packers. So if he wins this week, he'll become one of a handful of players that have beaten every single team in his NFL career. And obviously, that's all 32 teams. So this game has major implications for him because he probably won't get another chance. Even if he comes back for another season next year and he returns to the Steelers won't be facing the Green Bay Packers next year. So he needs to win this game this week to achieve that milestone. And many people in the Steelers locker room are saying they're trying to win the game for Aaron specifically. Obviously for a team perspective, but also for Aaron Rodgers. So that's why it has major implications for Aaron. But for the Steelers, it also has major implications because Calvin Austin is returning this week from a shoulder injury. DK Metcalf is out there, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are finally getting going on offense in terms of utilizing their tight ends in Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith, Connor Hayward. Everyone on offense is being utilized right now. So this game will show a lot for us to see. Do the Steelers indeed really need to trade for a wide receiver? Is offense a priority in terms of needing to add someone to the team to make it better? Because last week it didn't look like that. So far this season, it doesn't look like the Pittsburgh Steelers absolutely need to add a playmaker wide receiver, even though that's the whole talk because maybe they don't have a wide receiver number 2. The big thing that we've seen is maybe the defense. Maybe the Steelers need to add to this defense. I know that's a little bit crazy to think about because the Steelers are the highest paid defense in the NFL, so adding to the defense just wouldn't make sense compared to adding to the offense. But this game will show a lot because if the offense continues to be successful and the defense can't hold its own, maybe the priority changes from offense to defense. We the Steelers right now are going against one of the best teams in the NFL, in the Green Bay Packers. So this is a really good test because you're going against Micah Parsons, one of the best edge rushers in the NFL in terms of getting to the quarterback, one of a good defense right now that he's on with the Green Bay Packers. So if the Steelers offense is able to hold their own pass block and also make completions in the passing game deep down the field, but also open up the running game against a good run defense in the Packers, it'll show a lot for the Steelers kind of front office to be kind of happy with where they're at on offense and might not have to waste a second round, third round, fourth round draft pick in terms of trading for a wide receiver. And maybe their defense needs to be a priority instead because they're also going against a Green Bay offense that wants to run the ball. Josh Jacobs is a really good running back. This Green Bay offense has done a really good job running the ball this season, so it's going to be a good test. You hear Mike Tomlin say run defense is a high priority. Terrell Austin said run defense is a high priority. They're just not doing it. TJ Watt said run defense, run defense, run defense in all of his interviews done this week. So that's a big thing that the Pittsburgh Steelers have made a focus on for this week and just in general for their football team. So going against a Green Bay offense who wants to run the football, who's really good at running the football is going to be a big test for them. And if they don't pass that test, like I said, maybe they go and prioritize defensive line or just run defense at the trade market instead of wide receiver. And also, the Pittsburgh Steelers' pass defense has not been good this season in terms of letting people going wide open almost every single play. Busted coverages here and there, even though you have veterans at the cornerback spots. So maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers see, hey, we added Jalen Ramsey, we added Darius Slay this offseason to be a help in that area, but we're just not good enough. And this will be a good test also against Green Bay Packers because they have a quarterback in Jordan Love who's pretty good. Maybe he took a step back in the recent years, but he's a good quarterback. And then you also have a wide receiver core with the Green Bay Packers who are also a decent squad as well, like Dobbs, who could go there and make plays, Golden. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are going against a good team in general versus the Packers on Sunday Night Football in prime time. Everyone will be watching. So this is a good test for the Steelers, and it has a lot of implications on the line. So when you look at this team, the Steelers, if they want to be successful, if they want to make that deep playoff push, which they obviously tried going all out this offseason in terms of adding veterans to this team, then this will be a good start. Because if you can't be one of the best teams in the NFL and it doesn't look pretty, then who's to say that the Pittsburgh Steelers will do anything this season? And obviously that's what they want to do. They want to compete for a championship. They just don't want to sit back and just reassess their team, kind of redo it, get rid of players. No, they're not trading their players away. They're looking to add players. They didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey, didn't trade for Jonathan Smith, didn't add Darius Slay, add Aaron Rodgers, these veterans who won Super Bowls before, who've been in those situations before. They didn't add these players for the Steelers just to be trash. That's not what they did. So they obviously want to win. Is your team good enough to win right now? Well, so far this season, they haven't shown that. So this test with the Green Bay Packers game is going to be really telling for the Steelers. I know everybody wants Jakobi Meyers. Everyone wants a wide receiver being added to this team because they want more offense. But the Pittsburgh Steelers don't really utilize their wide receiver 2 as often in terms of running plays for them. Calvin Austin has been solid when he's been in there in terms of getting touchdowns, being wide open, things of that nature. Even Roman Wilson, when he was targeted last week, he was able to do some things. The Steelers just don't target receivers unless they're the wide receiver number 1 in terms of their scheme. They want to run the football. They want to be big. They want to play bully ball, use extra tight ends. So is there a point of training for a wide receiver when you could add to this team in a different way that helps them even more? Yes, it could help just having someone on the field, even if you don't utilize them. But then it becomes a scenario where they become a diva and want the football, and it causes a problem in the locker room. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have some decisions to make here shortly about what they want to do with this team. And it's either be adding to this offense or maybe adding to this defense. And even though I've been a high advocate for adding to this offense because I think offense is what wins championships, I do believe the Steelers have enough on offense right now currently from what we've seen. Maybe he switches towards the end of the year. But as of right now, they look fine on offense in their scheme, their play style, everything like that. And their defense is the one that's struggling and holding them back. For once, the Steelers' offense is actually better than their defense. So maybe they have to go out and add a defensive player instead of an offensive player, which is surprising, like I said, because they're the highest paid defense in the entire NFL, and because just I've been an advocate of offense instead of defense. Anyway, the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they did make the offense the highest paid offense in the NFL, with how good they're doing right now, it would be 10 times better. But anyway, that's the front office decision, and that's what they decided to do. They decided not to do that and just keep adding to this defense. Anyway, this is the end of this video. This game has major implications for more reasons than one. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think the Steelers win this game and get Aaron Rodgers a win against his old team and make him one of a handful of players to have a win against every team in the NFL? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about that topic and also the Steelers kind of game implications here because this will tell a lot because they're facing a really good team. Do you think they should add to their offense? Or do you believe, like I believe, their offense looks solid and their defense is one that maybe needs adding to? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports, everything surrounding this team. I have you covered all season long. So stay tuned, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and until the next video tomorrow, that's it for me. I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.